Alright, g'day everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to create a simple logo in Adobe Illustrator by just using a few different shapes and the shape builder tool, which is just a really cool tool that Illustrator's got. Makes it easier to draw designs in. And I'll explain why we use Illustrator during class time to draw these, to create a logo. So once you open Illustrator, first I want you to go to is File, go to New. And let's just customize our settings. In your width and height, let's just go about 1500 by 1500 pixels. If yours is different, which it will be, just change it. Okay, that'll give us a square canvas. Now, in the number of artboards up here, yours will be set to 1. Let's choose 4, and that's just going to give us 4 artboards or canvases or piece of paper. I'll show you what that means in a minute, and I'll show you why we use that at the end. Color mode, let's change it from RGB to CMYK. CMYK is for print, and RGB is for screen. And columns too, that's fine. Click OK, and you'll notice we've got 4 artboards here. We're just going to be working on one of them. So if you hold spacebar and the spacebar button on the keyboard and click, hold and drag, you'll notice that you'll be able to move around the different parts of the artboard here. Now I want to work on this one, so I'll center that. I'm going to hold Command and press the plus key on the keyboard, and I'm going to zoom in, and then I'm going to pan to about here. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a pencil icon or a pencil graphic that we're going to use as our symbol for our logo that we're going to make. So in order to do that, go over to your tool, your shape tool here. We want the rectangle tool, so if it's not selected, just click and hold and you'll have other options. There's a rectangle tool there. Let's select that. The other thing I want you to do is just to go over to this panel over here called stroke, and if you click it, you'll notice that you can have different corner settings for your rectangle. I want to choose the more rounded one for the middle, so you can choose that as well. Now, and then we can hide that panel. If you can't see any of these panels, that one for example, just go to Window and then go down and find Stroke, and it will open it or find it for you if it's not there. Okay, so that's good. Now let's just draw out a rectangle, a thin rectangle for the kind of basis of our pencil. Let's just go about there. And if I get the black selection tool, you'll notice that I've got a rectangle drawn here, and I can click it, select it, and I can select off it. Now you can't, mine's not built probably because my computer's playing up at the moment, but if you zoom in, you'll be able to see that it's got all its sides where they should be. Alright, now the stroke and the fill. The stroke is the outline. You notice I've got a black outline around the shape there, and the fill is the color that the shape is colored. At the moment it's set to white and black. If I select it and I go up to here, this is the fill color, and if I choose red, you'll notice that it's got a fill of red. Okay, but we want to keep it at white if yours isn't, and we want the stroke at black. So yours might be a different color, such as, I don't know, red for example. Click off it, or orange. Let's just keep it black. So click back on, and let's just choose black from up here. That's the easiest way to do it. Let's draw the nose or the front of our pencil. So if I spacebar, click and drag around and pan down here, and I'm going to zoom in with Command plus and get pretty close in here. Now, you want to grab your pen tool, click and hold so that you can choose the one with a plus on it. We're going to add anchor points along this line here. I want to add 5 points. And if you just hover, you'll notice on that line that a green line will appear. That shows you you're directly in the middle. So let's add one there. All right, and we'll add 2 either side, roughly about the same spacing. Doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Now we've got 5 anchor points we've put in there. Grab the white cursor tool, the direct selection tool, sorry, and let's just click that anchor point there, and you'll notice that it turns blue. I might zoom in one more time here so you can see it a bit better. Then hold the shift key and select the middle one, and then skip the next one while holding shift and click with your mouse to select that one as well. So we've got these 3 anchor points grouped together. Then simply on your keyboard, all you want to do is just hold the up arrow key or press it, and that will move those anchor points up, and that'll create that jagged line that you see on the end of pencils. Alright, let's go back to our selection tool, and let's just click off so that nothing's selected. Let's go back to your pen tool. Click and hold and get your normal pen tool. Alright, and we're going to start drawing another shape with the front of the pencil here. So start at an anchor point about here on top of this line, and you'll notice if you click once and move this time that this line will start to move around with you, and that's going to draw for us. Wait till the pen snaps to this anchor point here, click again, and then bring this all the way down the bottom here, and then you'll find the middle, your green line will light up, and you can click again, bring it back up here till you find that anchor point, click again, and then you'll notice that when it comes directly horizontal with that, you'll get a nice green line that'll tell you so. Click again, and then bring it across, and when you click again, that'll close the shape. You'll notice that it's no longer drawing a line. We've got an enclosed shape with if I get the selection tool there, with a white fill and a black stroke, which is what we want. Now you'll notice that we've lost our jagged bit. That's because if I move that across, this shape that we just drew, Command Z to undo that, is on top of the other shape that we've drawn. So in order to move this behind, select it, right click it, and go to Arrange and Send Backwards, or Send to Back. Alright, so that shape is now directly behind there. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit here. Alright, and let's pan up so we can see more of our pencil. There we go. Now, what we want to do is we want to select the whole, we've got two separate shapes at the moment, this one and this one, and we want to select them both together. No, we don't want to do that yet, actually. Let's just pan up here. Alright, we'll do that in a minute, and we'll zoom in with Command plus about this close. Well, one less, I'll go out a little bit. What we're going to do is we want to use the ellipse shape tool, which will be hiding behind your rectangle tool over here. Grab that, move your cursor till it kind of hovers and is directly in the middle, then hold the Option key on your keyboard and click and hold and drag. Whoops, that's the wrong tool. That's the rounded rectangle tool. I want the ellipse tool. Alright, let's do that again. Hold Option, click and drag, so you've got this ellipse tool, ellipse shape right there. Now, the trick here is I want you to just make it a tiny bit bigger than the shape, the rectangle shape, just like that. Okay, and go back to your selection tool. We've got, and that's what we want. So, select the shape that we just drew, and again hold the Option key and hover over it, and you'll notice that the cursor changes to two, one black and one white. This is going to create a clone of this shape, a direct copy of it. So if you, while holding Option, click and drag it down, and I want you to kind of snap it till it's kind of intersects in the middle there. You've got that horizontal and vertical green line. Okay, and let it go, and we've cloned it, and it's kind of in the spot that we need it to be. Now click with your selection tool again on this newly cloned one, and I want to duplicate it or copy and paste it 3 times. So hold Command and press D for duplicate, and it's going to put it directly in the spot that we need it. So that's once, that's twice, that's 3 times. Command D is your shortcut there. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to start using the Shape Builder tool, which is located just over here. But what the Shape Builder tool does, it'll just combine different shapes that we've created together, and it's a very versatile tool to use in Illustrator. In order for it to work, we need to select all the shapes that we want to combine together. So let's just hold Command and press A, because that selects everything in our document, which is fine for the moment. And then you'll notice when we've got our direct selection tool selected, you'll notice that as you hover over things, I'm going to zoom in one more time here, grey bits come out. Now, what we want to do is click and drag and just in there, and you'll notice that it combined those two shapes together. Let's do the same thing there. Let's do the same thing with these 3 shapes. Let's go this shape here and this shape here, and we could even go, so we're kind of making the metal bit of the pencil at the moment, and this bit will be the rubber part. And let's combine these 2 together there. You'll notice we want to combine these guys. Perfect. Now you notice we've got these bits on the edge coming out. If you hold the Option key again, the plus will turn into a minus, and you just hover over till those lines turn red and click by holding Option, and that's going to delete minus those lines because we don't want them. Excellent. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to click and drag, combine these two together. That's going to form the rubber, and these two bits will be the metal bit. Now grab your selection tool again, deselect everything by clicking in the open space there. Select this top bit, and let's just move it in so that it fits with the back of the pencil a bit more. We're going to have to kind of move it down a little bit as well. And if you get a part like that, just kind of make a selection, get your shape builder tool, and let's just combine those two, and that'll get rid of it. Alright, now zoom out with Command minus, and let's pan down to the bottom. I'm going to draw the coloured bit of the pencil right at the very tip of it. To do that, grab the ellipse tool again, and just hover your mouse right to the top anchor point there. This time, by holding Option and Shift at the same time and clicking and dragging, it's going to create a perfect circle drawn from that point there. Alright, about there's good. Let's change the fill to whatever colour you want your pencil. The fill at the moment is set to white. Let's just choose black. Okay, and then we are going to use deselect it. We're going to use the shape builder tool to knock some of the shape out. So if you hold Command and press A to select everything again, grab the shape builder tool, you'll notice that we can now take that shape out, but we want to minus it from the selection. So if you hold Option, minus will come up, just click there, and there we have it. That's the end of our pencil. So that's the beauty of drawing with shapes and the shape builder tool in Illustrator. Now the other thing is we can now use the shape builder tool to color. I think we're ready to color. I'm going to pan up here. Yes, we are ready to colour. Alright, and it's up to you to create your own colour scheme. I'm going to do this really quickly now, and you can muck around with it better with more time. So make sure everything is selected again so that the shape builder tool works. Command A is your shortcut there. Select the shape builder tool. Now you can kind of choose colours a couple of different ways. You can come into this up here if you can't find colour. If it's yours isn't there, go here and choose colour, and it'll grab it for you. You can kind of start to use some colours down here. You'll notice down here it's changing the colour. Probably the end bit, the rubber bit, I'm going to stick with pink, and then you can kind of adjust the sliders as well as you see fit. You can double click here and you can get the colour picker and mixer up here you can muck around with. Okay, but I'm just going to use this for now. And with your direct shape builder tool, just click there, and then we've painted it. Really easy. Alright, now for these two bits, it's kind of the metal part, so I'm going to choose black, and I'm going to kind of make it a grey, like so. And let's colour that grey. Now the main bit of the pencil, the centre, I might make it, I don't know, green. Let's have a green pencil going on here. There we go. And if I scroll down, you'll notice there's this little bit here that's those two shapes need to be joined together, and I can just do that with the colour by clicking and dragging up there. Alright, and this part here is probably going to be like a light brown or something, so really quickly I can also play around with this. That will do for now. Alright, so there you have our pencil. Now if I get the selection tool and click off, you can see it a bit better. Now let's select it all again, Command A, and let's just right click it and let's just group it all together so that it all sticks together. And now what I can do is I can come around to the corner here, I can rotate it, and if I want it directly straight I can hold Shift. If you hold Shift and move it around, it gives you like the 45-degree angles, 90, alright, like that. Let's just move it at the side. And there is our pencil. Now in the next video I'm going to show you how to add some text to it, and then we'll be done. Okay, thank you.